I'm going to let you guys know right now. Some of these Pokemon you see on your screen currently, they may be here for the last time because we may or may have not made transactions for the rest of our season for certain Pokemon. So let me know in the comment section below, what Pokemon do you think we ended up trading? Did we trade our good Pokemon? Did we trade our bad Pokemon? Did we trade Galar Darmanitan? Let me know what you think in the comment section below. So, que pasa YouTube? How's it going, guys? SixftHax here. Half for y'all today, the team builder for week number 3 of my league, the Galar Defenders League. And we are actually taking on our co-founder, Mr. Aaron2420, aka Aaron2420. It's just an inside joke to call him Aaron. So if I refer to him as that, then yeah, I know how you say Aaron, okay? So yeah, we're facing Aaron. For those of you who may not know Aaron, he's such an amazing person. Literally, like, I don't think there's a single bad thing to say about Aaron. He's such a helpful guy. He's been nothing but nice to me and to so many people that I know, so many of my friends as well. He's amazing, like really tech savvy. Definitely check him out. Channel link and stuff will be down below, as well as a link to our amazing roster for the Galar Defenders League and our Twitter. So definitely follow my Twitter and the league Twitter. And if you guys may have missed our week number 2 match, which was against my boy Mono Tui, definitely check that out. It was an amazing battle, and hopefully this week we can pull out another W. We are currently 2-0. Hopefully we can make it 3-0. And if I'm not mistaken, Aaron is also 2-0, but he did get a little bit lucky in his week 2 match. So hopefully we can hand him his first loss here, and we can go on to be 3-0. So let's take a look at the team preview here real quickly. First things first, I want to give a huge shout out to my front office homies, my new front office, I should mention. About a week and a half ago or so, like 2 weeks ago, I uploaded a video saying that I was looking for people to join my front office. I hit a few people up, so I got an awesome new front office. So shouts out to the homies, Kerrigan, Bork Lazar, I think is how you say it, Electric, Illogic, and Seigel. Awesome dudes. This is going to be the first time the front office is helping out here. So again, really want to get a W here. But yeah, looking at our team matchup here, easily the two scariest things on Aaron's team are Reuniclus and Copperajah. Copperajah, whether it be offensive a Trick Room or Assault Vested, look at my team and look at the insane coverage that Copperajah learns. It gets like Play Rough, it gets ground coverage, it gets fire coverage, it gets grass coverage. It's actually freaking insane just how much coverage Copperajah gets. So in Trick Room, it's definitely going to be out slowing my entire team, which is a giant problem. And then if it is Assault Vested, it's going to be taking special hits really well, because as you can see from our squad, we have mainly special attackers. So yeah, Copperajah and Trick Room, or just Assault Vest in general, is going to be very terrifying. And then Reuniclus, I'm almost dead set on him bringing a Trick Room with 3 attacks Reuniclus, because it wouldn't make sense for him to bring Iron Defense, Calm Mind. Even though yes, our dark type is Thievul, I still feel like Thievul has some merit to maybe come to this game, so I don't think he would want to risk me bringing it and him not being able to touch it. Other threats as well are potentially the Surfetch, because I only have really one answer for that in my Garbower. Flygon low-key might be a little bit of a problem, and then a Tyranitar could also be a bit of a nuisance. Mariani, I don't expect. Rillaboom can't touch my Noivern, so I don't expect that either. Charizard, if I bring rocks and it's not heavy duty boots, then I can't break through Clefable or Seismitoad, so I'm not concerned about it. And then Drillbur and I guess Galarapidash may have a chance to come, but I should be able to deal with them accordingly. So let's take a look at our first team member here, which of course you guys already know is going to be Keith Lee, aka Galar Darmanitan. We are still basking in the glory of this limitless Pokemon here, which, to be fair, it hasn't put in too much work in our first 2 games, but in this match, U-turn is just so phenomenally free that there's a good chance that our Manitan can pretty much just come in, consistently just keep U-turning and U-turning, and that's really all I'm going to need it to do. So we are running enough speed to outspeed a max speed Tyranitar, if I'm not mistaken, if he potentially wants to bring Dragon Dance. I really don't expect Rillaboom, so I'm not really concerned about him bringing something like Scarf Rillaboom at all. So I'm just going to kind of ignore that, which means we can run an Adamant Nature, and this allows us to just pretty much smack things extremely hard. Late game, once everything is below like 60-ish% HP, we can basically just start picking up KOs for free. Even then, we're going to be chipping things down when U-turn. We're still going to be applying good offensive pressure to him and then kind of going from there. The physical defense is just nice in case we do need to take a physical hit from something like the Surfetch, potentially, if he does have something like First Impression. And then with that, we have Adamant Nature, a bit of HP. Again, the speed is to outspeed a Dragon Dance Tyranitar, if I'm not mistaken, because Tyranitar doesn't get Rock Polish now, which kind of sucks, not gonna lie, but it is what it is. So yeah, Galar Darmanitan, obviously the phenomenal matchup anytime it ever comes. So moving on to our next team member here, we have Jericho, aka Silvally, and I am as surprised as you are because this is not Silvally Steel. Which is crazy, I know, right? But Aaron's Dragon is Flygon, which we have a Clefable, we have a Gourgeist. Arguably, I guess, Claydol. So, yeah, I'm not even really concerned about Flygon whatsoever. And then his Fairy is Rapidash, which, I mean, we have Clefable for, so we can deal with that. Garbodor to an extent, and even Gourgeist can deal with it. So, yeah, so Wally Boag actually has a phenomenal matchup in this game just because, like, Galar Darmanitan U-turn is extremely free against his team. Like, whatever resist U-turn, I can just U-turn out into something that deals with that resist. Whatever gets hit for neutral or super effective damage is going to be getting hit for a whole lot of damage because we are running a fairly offensive set here. Actually, hold on, maybe it was... Oh, no, okay. So, Darmanitan had enough speed to outspeed a Jolly Scarfed Surfetch, just in case he was Scarfed, which I know is, like, really reaching, but hey, it's still better to be safe than sorry. Silvally here is reaching how much speed is it? Hold on. It's reaching 121 speed, which I could have increased the speed to creep Tyranitar, but realistically, I don't think he's going to bring Jolly Tyranitar, so I'm not really concerned about that. And plus, with the defense EVs and the HP EVs, we're able to always 100% live one Life Orb, Psychic, or Psyshock after Stealth Rocks from Quiet Nature, Max Special Attack, Life Orb, or Uniclus. I'm pretty sure that was the calc when I touched up this EV spread, so we are 100% guaranteed to live that. And then we had the last 44 speed there just to kind of be there for any initial speed creep that he may have. So yeah, again, I really don't think we need the speed creep for Tyranitar because there's no real reason for him to bring Jolly, in my opinion. And then with an Adamant Nature and 148 attack investment, we're able to just basically smack everything with any of our physical moves. U-turn plus multi-attack may seem a little bit odd, but U-turn is just nice for momentum. Multi-attack is in case I need to get off even more damage on something like Reuniclus or Tyranitar, even the Rillaboom, as well as having some nice coverage moves in Psychic Fang and Fire Fang for Surfetched and the Copperajah. Even though, obviously, yeah, Copperajah is not going to be taking too much damage, it's still really nice to get hit. Or it's still nice to have a way to hit that in case it is like last Mon Silvally against last Mon Copperajah. I think initially I was leaning towards Thunder Wave or Parting Shot, but again, last Mon Copperajah versus last Mon Bug Silvally could be a little bit bad. So yeah, never in my life did I think I would bring Silvally Bug, but hey, my front office sold me on it, and I actually really like that because if I didn't have a front office, I probably would have just brought Steel Volley and been like, yeah, this is fine. So yeah, really excited to use this, hoping that this puts in a lot of work, honestly, because again, whatever resist U-turn, I can still chip down, bring in something to counter that counter. Whatever takes neutral or super effective damage is going to get smacked by a momentum move, which is amazing. So yeah, moving on to our next team member, we have Garbower here, which I think this is out of order, but it is fine. I'll worry about it later. But we have Garbower here making his debut, aka Sammy. I don't really think anybody's going to get that name reference, so yeah, it's like, I don't know, it's way too, I wouldn't say it's in depth, but I don't know, maybe I'll explain it later, but yeah. Anyways, we have physically defensive Rocky Helmet Garbower. I made the mistake of not showing you guys the item or ability in our week 2 team builder, so there should be like an image on the bottom right hand corner that shows you the item and ability that the Pokemon is carrying. So yeah, we have our poison type here in physically defensive Garbower. The main reason I'm bringing Garbower is because literally Surfetched kind of fists me otherwise, whether it's Bandit, it's Leak, it's Sub, or it's Swords Dance. Physically offensive Surfetched learns Poison Jab, which means it beats Clefable, which in turn means that it kind of beats the rest of my team essentially, except for Garbower because it doesn't get a ground move, if I'm not mistaken. And then with us having Rocky Helmet, we're going to be able to consistently chip him down if he really wants to just bring a purely offensive set or just any type of physical move that makes contact with us. We're going to be chipping him down with Rocky Helmet outside of knockoff after the second hit, I suppose. But even then, we have Aftermath to do some good damage. We are running enough speed to outspeed him in case he is speed creeping us, which if he is going to try and speed creep us, he's going to have to run a whole lot of speed, like way more than I think he would honestly want to run. Like he would almost have to be max speed adamant basically in order to outspeed us, which is a lot of speed. And even if he was running a lot of speed with a Jolly nature, that's still a lot of significant bulk loss, which we can definitely take advantage of. So there's a good chance that we're not only going to be able to outspeed him, but we should be able to hard wall him essentially. So Toxic Spikes may seem a little bit odd in this match, especially because he does have Marini. But if I had to sell my soul on a Pokemon that would not come, basically if I had to choose a Pokemon that would have come and my soul was on the line, I would have bet Marini's not going to come, because why would you ever bring a Marini against me? I have a Heliolisk, I have a Seismitoad, Claydol arguably, I have a Gourgeist, Noivern, Smacks. I don't know, does it look nice? Doesn't matter. I have a Noivern, I have a Silvally. Basically, my whole team deals with it. So I'm literally not even concerned about him bringing Marini, however you want to pronounce it. And T-Spikes are super nice for things like Tyranitar, Rillaboom, the Surfetched, the Drober, and potentially the Galar Rapidash. I was kind of debating on putting Spikes over Toxic Spikes, because realistically we can't fit both on this set, unfortunately. Like, Explosion is really handy in case I need to get off like an instant nuke hit on something like a Dragon Dance Flygon, potentially Reuniclus, even Drober. Being able to just nuke that is going to be amazing. Now, yes, I guess I could have Haze to stop setup, but there is ways that he could potentially play around that, and at least with Explosion, I can be aggressive, keep up momentum in my favor, and then kind of go from there. So yeah, Explosion was, in my opinion, the best last move that we could come up with. It was mentioned by one of the front office homies. Unfortunately, it kind of escapes my mind who gave me this initial set, but it definitely has a lot of merit, a lot more merit than Hazards, yeah, basically Spikes or Haze in my opinion. So Explosion really nice. In between Toxic Spikes and Spikes, I figure Toxic Spikes might be a little bit better, because if we do get up T-Spikes, he is still going to be taking damage over time, as opposed to where if we only had Spikes, he would be taking initial damage only when he switches in. So I guess over time is a little bit better, because you guys are going to see two Pokemon on our squad that would benefit more from Toxic Spikes as opposed to Spikes essentially. So yeah, Drain Punch smacks the Tyranitar, hits the Copperajah for like 3% more, and then Gunk Shot is just there for stab in case we need it. So yeah, again, speed creeping here in case he wants to try and speed creep a non-speedy Veed Garbower. The attack investment is just so we can do a little bit more damage with Drain Punch, Gunk Shot, and Explosion essentially, and then we just have HP and the rest in defense. So our next team member here is going to be Seismitoad, which is one of those two Pokemon that I was just referencing here. We have a Toxic Protect Dual Stab Seismitoad. Now initially, Toxic Protect was my idea, I'm pretty sure, for Seismitoad, because if you look at his team outside of the Reuniclus, literally this can 1v1 his entire team. Well, no, it doesn't. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, basically, he could 1v1 pretty much his entire team except for Reuniclus, potentially the Galar Rapidash as well. And then we have Earthquake to hit the Copperajah and the Marini if we can't poison them, so we're hitting them for super effective damage. And then Liquidation is just there because we would rather want to hit them harder and not risk a burn if we want to Toxic them. And yeah, I know Toxic Spikes plus Toxic is a little bit redundant, but there is no guarantee that we will have Toxic Spikes up immediately through the entire battle. So having Toxic is still super nice in my opinion, because this also allows us to Toxic the Flygon potentially, or even the Charizard on a switch in, or just if we know he can't touch us in general. And then Protect is really good to just rack up toxic damage, gain back leftovers, recovery. Poison Touch plus Liquidation also gives us a chance to get a poison because liquidation is physical. So yeah, a physically defensive Seismitoad basically deals with things like a non-power whip Copperajah, although realistically he should have power whip. We deal with Flygon if it's not too boosted. We can eat a hit from the Surfetch. We can take on Tyranitar. We can take on Galar Rapidash. We can also take on Drober. Essentially, this thing can really 1v1 a lot of his team, even more than one Pokemon, honestly, if it really comes down to it. Again, with Toxic and Toxic Spikes, with Protect, like, Seismitoad can put in so much work in this battle. So really excited to use this one here. We are rocking a mainly physically defensive set. 28 attack EVs is just so we can get a little bit of a jump on Earthquake and liquidation damage output. 28 Spadef is just there because I guess we didn't want to put him in speed. I guess we could have put him in speed, but it didn't really matter if we weren't going to be reaching around 100 speed. Plus, if he's going to be speed creeping, he's already going to be speed creeping my Garbower or my Silvally, right? Yeah, Garbower more than likely. Yeah, Garbower. Yeah, I don't know. I guess the last 36 could have honestly been put anywhere because I'm not worried about taking special hits with this Seismitoad here. So our next team member is going to be Clefable, rocking a very interesting set. Actually, this was the original last team member on my squad because my last team member was either going to be Claydol, this, or potentially Heliolisk, if I'm not mistaken. But unfortunately, because we literally have no switch into a purely offensive Reuniclus, like, yes, we have ways of pressuring Reuniclus with Adamant Scarf, Darmanitan, and Wally Boag. We have nothing that wants to switch in to any type of offensive hit from Reuniclus. So that's what basically Clefable is able to fix here, because with this EV spread, after Protect and Leftovers, he should never, ever 2-hit KO me with a Quiet Max Special Attack Life Formed Psyshock or a Max Special Attack Quiet Psychic. So basically, a Psyshock into a Psyshock after, well, Psyshock, Protect, Psyshock should never 2-hit KO me. Psychic, Protect, Psychic should never 2-hit KO me. So that's really amazing because from there we can Wish, stall out Trick Room turns potentially, we can lower his special attack with Mystical Fire, and then Mystical Fire plus Moonblast basically hits the entirety of his draft for neutral or super effective damage, except Charizard and Marini, which are the two mons I really do not expect to come to this battle. Again, if anything, Marini's not going to come guaranteed. I guess Charizard may have some merit, but I'm really not even concerned about it, honestly. So yeah, I'm not really worried about not being able to hit them super effectively because this set can basically function like Seismitoad, where with Toxic Spikes up or it's just something being toxic, it helps Clefable 1v1 them a lot easier than I can pass off wishes to something like my Silvally, my Garbower, or my Seismitoad if it really comes down to it, and then Clefable can just be a giant nuisance essentially. But the main thing I need Clefable to do in this game is give me a switch into Reuniclus and something that could stop it from potentially setting up. Unfortunately, Magic Guard is the only real ability that Clefable can run because Unaware is not released, which is a little bit annoying, but it is what it is. We have to work with it, and this set can still do a lot, as I mentioned. So our final team member is going to be Nate, aka Noivern, rocking a pretty awesome set here. This set was made by the front office homie Kirigan, I think is how you pronounce his name. Kirigan? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's how you say his name. But the idea behind this set is that this can basically always live one physical hit from Galar Rapidash. I think the only way he can ever Okomi with Galar Rapidash is if he's like Adamant Life Formed or like Jolly Banded, which I don't think he should bring a Choice Rapidash in general. And then Life Orb, we still have a really good chance to live a hit as well. And because of heavy duty boots, we are always coming in at full HP. So from full HP, we're always going to be able to live one hit from Rapidash at least like 99% of the time. And then from there, we can do a really good amount of damage with Hurricane. We can revenge kill him with Hurricane, or we'll just outspeed him in general. And then 2-hit KO him or OHKO him. Well, KO him if he's like at 50-ish%. Super Fang is really nice here because this allows me to get an instant 50% off on something like Tyranitar, Copperajah, and Reuniclus. All three of those are basically his best switch-ins to my Noivern. So while yes, I could have had something like U-Turn, being able to get off an instant 50% on something like Copperajah, for example, which is such a terrifying offensive threat, is going to be tremendous because that 50% Copperajah is way easier to deal with because now it's in range of where I can revenge kill it with something on my team. So that's amazing. Same thing for Tyranitar, basically. Those two being at full HP are absolutely deadly, but if I get off a Super Fang at 50%, hey, they suddenly have become way more manageable. So yeah, this is basically why I have Super Fang there. It's just to get off 50% on those two mons specifically, but hey, if I can Super Fang Reuniclus, that'd be really handy. I guess Super Fanging a Surfetched or a Rillaboom or something is also really nice. And then Roost is there for recovery, Flamethrower is there, so we have something to hit the freaking Copperajah, because again, that thing is so deadly. Basically everything on our team has something to hit Copperajah for super effective damage, which is mandatory in my opinion because of how scary it really is. So I think we initially had U-turn on this set, but it's not really that big of a deal that we are not going to be running. I think we do have enough speed to outspeed Galar Rapidash. Yes, we outspeeded by 1 point, which in turn outspeeds the entirety of his team that is not Drobber in the sand or something that is scarfed essentially. So yeah guys, that is going to be our squad here for week number 3 of the Galar Defenders League. Again, we are taking on the co-founder and Mr. Aaron2420. This is our league, and hopefully we have a good match. Hopefully y'all do enjoy, and with that being said, I will see you all tomorrow with the battle itself. So thank y'all for watching. Later, everybody.
Because my brain and heart are both tied in a knot, and this hinders me from crying a lot. This causing me to show no emotion. But when I said I cared, I wasn't joking. But I guess it's too late for me to become broken. For now, I'm living with no more pain, tears, or hoping. I'm just coasting. Yeah, I said I'm coasting. No more pain, tears, and hoping.